Hey everyone, Jerry here, Greystone Trading. Today is March 4th. I'm sorry, March 3rd. I was trading this afternoon. I had a red morning this morning. I just made a video of that and I posted it on the channel. And now I'm going to make a video of how I took 6 trades in the afternoon. And of those 6 trades, I ended up positive on the day, 7,000 or $4,780. So again, $4,780. This is why you don't get discouraged when you have a process that works. So if you are interested in learning how this works, you can click the link below and I'll show you. So I did post the whole hour and 10-minute long Zoom session, which is a very, very long session. So I would highly recommend, if you are going to watch through that and you're interested in learning how we trade, that you'd watch that at like 1.5 to 1 3/4, possibly even 2 times the speed. And when you hear something that's intriguing, slow it down. So if you're interested in learning how to trade, click the link below. Please like and subscribe, and feel free to throw comments into the channel, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you all have on that. So again, here is a very quick, I'm sorry, here's a very long video. It's over an hour long of a live Zoom sessions that we recorded this afternoon from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern time, where we do our live trades. And again, we had 6 trades, all of them green, full trades, the exact same strategy that we used this morning that was not working really well, cleaned up nicely and followed through very awesome in this afternoon. So click the link below if you're interested in learning more. And then, just like I said, feel free to watch that video at 1.5 to 2 times the speed. It's a long video. There's going to be some dry spells in it where you'll hear myself and one of my good friends that I traded with, Ryan, of how we took some trades and some other levels and breaking down the analysis of the day and how we trade. So hope that you guys enjoy this and find some value in it. Thanks, guys. Ryan, what's up, brother?
How you doing?
Good, buddy. How about you?
Good.
I get this link sent out for everyone. This price is wild, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Did you get into any trades?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me too. I'm good and green on the day now.
Oh boy.
How about you? Get back to green?
Oh yeah.
Gotta be close if not.
I'm green.
Yeah, cool. Say Ryan doesn't have red days.
Well, I try not to.
Afternoon, everyone. Just get a quick sound check, audio check from anyone who's on.
Sound good.
Cool. Thanks,
Maybe
man. I don't know what was going on with my internet earlier, if that was you or me, man, but I apologize for that,
so
man.
it's um there's no interruptions, but it's not as crisp as it sometimes is.
Okay. I fixed
But I
that.
can hear you perfectly fine. I
Okay.
just I know you got a nice microphone. Sometimes it sounds like you're high def, and sometimes there like now it's a little like you're in a bathroom stall or something. A little bit.
Better now?
Yes, way better.
Perfect. All right, team. I do not have support and resistance marked. I'm going to do that in real time with you all. We've had some really clean, nice distribution price action happening. Aaron, let's turn it green for sure. I love that, buddy. Some of you guys might have already taken calls and got this green. All right, team. Support 680.82. Resistance 681.38. It is not precisely on the top of that. It is here. We took, if you look at this green candle here, 1330, comes back, retest, gorgeous distribution up, comes back, retest, closes again, comes up and fails to take it. So I think with a firm little close here, we can get back into that. But I think one of the same level where this candle's currently at will put us into calls. And this is clearly very, very bullish structure.
Jerry, the thing I've noticed about both the morning session and even this stretch of distribution up. So first thing, when we hit the pocket of distribution from yesterday, moved almost as cleanly up. If we look at where entries could have been, I think it's had a kind of a habit of distributing and then big distributions and then exposures to retracements. I think the 1 o'clock candle that closed just above those swing highs was the entry that got you nice distribution. If you look at the next candle, clear break out, but massive retracement, you probably would have got stopped out.
Which candle was that, Ryan? What time?
The If you had taken the 105, that's a retracement probably big enough
Yep.
about a wide stop. Um, and then if you look at the 115, so the 110 candle may have stopped you out. The 115 candle, um, which is interesting because it came back and it tapped the bodies of the prior two candles.
Mhm.
I actually still think that would have been a good hybrid-ish entry with the need to push through that high. Um, and the reason I think that um, could have been a good entry. Now, if you would have taken the next one that distributed, you would have still probably survived the retracement and pushed through it. But
Yep.
I think we're probably going to have to find something like that.
Yeah,
You
I'm glad you
know what I'm
brought that up
saying?
because
Based on
I'm
what's
glad you
been
brought
happening today. Yeah.
yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because I did take the close at 1 o'clock. I'm sorry, the close at the 105 candle when it broke the structure.
Yeah.
And like I literally had a level a little bit lower marked at 678.33. I didn't take that. I wasn't on. And I did take this big candle here. I got stopped with a retracement. And then I took the green candle at 13.15 close and I got that whole distribution move up.
Nice.
So
Like again, obviously we like when you get tests of resistance and a close just above to give you a lot of draw. There's been a lot of intra candle distribution,
mhm.
and those two stop outs this morning were annoying, obviously, but
Yeah.
they were both on long distribution red candles, and not that I won't take that, but I think hunting for that hybrid-ish or close just above or just below key levels is gonna serve us a little better.
Yeah, I agree. I think try to avoid those fake outs.
Yeah.
Jerry or Ryan, do you guys buy the same amount of contracts from the sessions, from AM sessions, or does it depend? It depends on how much I am up, Jory. So let's just say I took two full trades um, in the morning session, and let's say I was sized at, let's just call it 100 contracts, easy math, right? And both of those were like one was say a half off and a break even, and one was a full trade. I might size it down to 80. I might size it down to 60. I might keep it at 100, just kind of depending on um where I'm at for the weekly target profit of my 4.5%. So that's kind of how I balance that equation and I walk that line. So I'm not a fan of like I just make sure that I can't turn a very green day red is what my biggest goal is. So
Yeah, it's such an important question, and I wish I had like a very, very clear like map out of
mhm.
how I size things.
Yeah.
The one thing I can say that is a mistake is, especially if you're early on, doing a lot of varying with sizing. I think staying consistent
Yeah.
is better than making errors and trying to size correctly. I
Million
do
percent
think that
agreeing.
there's definitely a way to size strategically that's better than just flat um, sticking with the same number. But I think most people early on, when they start messing with sizing, will be a detriment instead of a benefit.
Yeah.
Um, and maybe I can give some examples, but I'm gonna let you read this price here, Jerry, if you want.
Yeah. Thanks. All right, team call 681.34, a good firm candle above that. That is a little bit lower level. I do have like this other stuff that's in the way here to the left, but a firm candle, I'm going to take this. We'll be very quick to execute here. I'm going to use I'm not going to use a huge stop. I'm going to use about 12 to 14-ish% here just to guys give you like a heads up of what my thought process is here before we go into this. Going to use the 685 calls team. They're priced at about a buck 40 right now. But I do need to be firm and above 681.34. 15 seconds. Two and one, and obviously staying away.
So Jerry,
Mhm.
I was exactly the same as you. I was never assessing puts.
No,
Is
not
there
yet.
so is I have my reasons, but is there a reason maybe people wonder why wouldn't we assess puts below like 68108?
Um, so the biggest reason for me is our clearly bullish structure we have. That's my number one reason that I'm not ready to do that yet. My number two reason is I think that we've had a lot of reactions here at 680, 85. And for me to get confident with puts, I wanted to test that a handful of times. And we were buying up really hard here. And then if you look closely on the 1 minute, you can see where we're moving strongly still. It's just very bullish right now, and fighting a trend like after we've seen this yesterday and today were great examples of our sentiment is very bearish, but the market is clearly bullish as we speak. So trading against that, just not ready to do that at the moment. Now, if we can start getting some more confirmations, one or two candles in this little tight range, that might change my sentiment a bit.
Jeez, it's almost like verbatim what I would have said. Not even just close, like verbatim.
Well, I learned how to do this from you, buddy.
No, we learned together.
Yeah, I learned how to trade the PM sessions from you, man. So it's shocker that it sounds verbatim. I think I've watched every one of your live sessions more than once. Thanks, James. Oshan, I have a couple different indicators on my charts. I've been experimenting back and forth with some different experiment or some different indicators to try to prevent some stop outs, to find lower levels of entry. And I'm working on a handful of videos of how I read price in real time. And then on a side by side 5 minute chart, I will have indicators on and with my support resistance levels. And then the other chart without it. And I'm going to make a handful of videos of how I would test if an indicator can give you edge for our particular strategy and the way it works. So that's kind of my thought process on that, Ocean. But the ones I'm currently testing with right now is the Lux Algo price action concepts and the Lux Algo signals and overlays. So I do have a handful of different ones that I've been working on as well. So now this is starting to look a lot better for puts now. All right, team. So check this out. 2 minutes to go. I'm going to explain this quick and talk fast, so it might sound like I'm rambling. We're a very bullish structure here, right? We get big red candle, immediate retracement. We might have got half off here if you were really quick to execute and take profits early. Big green candle here, big red candle, immediately traces back up. So I'm a little hesitant on puts here, although this is meeting a lot of the criteria. So just to kind of walk you guys through this, my thoughts here. We have the bottom of this green wick here at my underlying area, and that one could say that underlying region is 680.25 to 680.04ish in that little zone. However, I'm not against it. I'm gonna look for some puts here, team. March 4th, 676 puts. This does expose us to a bit of a retracement, and there's a perfect test, almost perfect to that 680.25. 45 seconds. Okay, team, we have reacted several times now in real time to underlying support at 680.25. I do want this to be firm and below 680.25. Switching to the 675 puts, team. Firm close below this. I'm in it. 20 seconds. We will be quick to execute at the pre-market high. We are going to need a wider stop sizing accordingly to protect that.
Why you gotta do us like this, Spy? Come on.
10 seconds. Four, three, two, one. Buying here. Filled at 160. No stop yet. Come on, just a little bit of a dig for us. Stop. And I'm taking half their team at 173. Stops at break even.
Not away. That was a big push through that retracement candle. Now if it can get down below that.
If we can close below this pre-market low and hold this, we're going to have an amazing trade. But otherwise, we are risk-free and take that, Spy. Come on. Flush, you son of a gun. Let's make my boys rich. Let's go. If we come above 175, team, I'm going to take my stop back off. And I'm going to look to exit probably around 176 to 179 if we can hold here. Let's see. And stopped at break even. All right, that's that. Team, you guys see how I executed that? Just so we can talk about this pre-market high. I was very apparent about 680.02 with like the top of that, the bottom of this range here. We took that out. We had that range here. It confirms it. Pre-market high is our next draw point. We got right below it. That's about as good as I can get on the execution. One could say we could still be in this. I personally think trading against a trend like this is absolutely maddening not to go risk-free when it gives you that first chance.
So James will know this, and Jerry probably do. So that wick tapped 679.67 to the penny. That's the very top of that fair value gap, or the bottom of those two wicks from 125 to 130. It's also tapped the simple moving average 200 to the penny at the exact same time. I think you were crazy to not execute before that. I like where you took profit because it also, when it pushed through those lows, the like 679.83, we didn't quite come down, but that's also a common spot to react as support. So I think it was perfect execution.
Thank you, sir. All right, team, I'm going to clean some lines up. We're going to adjust and read price in real time.
So that's exactly, so I got a little bit different. I bought a tad early, so I got 158 and I exited at 172.
Okay.
That still isn't 10%. That's like 9%. But that was crystal clear to me that was our execution and we didn't hit 10%. And that was a really strong understanding of price action, underlying support, and how SPY tends to move. If we get questions like, when do you sell a little bit early? That was a no-brainer to sell when Jerry did, to me. And that's just, doing this a lot, with this strategy. But if that's helpful, that was textbook on when to sell, even though it was our first attempt.
Right. Okay, team, new lower levels of resistance at 680.45. We are testing that now. 1 minute left. We are still in bullish structure. This is that lower level hybrid trade that I love. I believe if we take 680.45 at a decent enough low level, we have overarching region that's going to start at 681.36 and up to the top of these wicks at 681.90. So once again, that's a region. I'm going to mark the lower level of that. We're going to see how this plays out for us. I do have the 684 calls pulled up, team. 20 seconds. 10 seconds, team. 3, 2, 1. Buying here. Filled at 155. We'll be very quick to execute if we get the opportunity to here, team. Stop is off. I'm going to put my stop in, team, at 140. So we can get a little bit of momentum up here. All right, stop is coming off, team. Approaching those wicks to the left and taking half their team at 168. Stops at break even. Taking a quarter their team at 172. Got filled at 173. Stops at break even. Stop to 160. We reacted perfectly to the bottom of the swing point, or the upper parts of the swing point, the lower parts of these red wicks, in my way of reading the charts. Let's see if we can't get some nice distribution all the way up to highs of the day. Come on, SPY. Give it to us. Come on, stay alive. There we go. Come on. Come on, SPY. Let's go. You got the power in you. I believe it. We can stop to 162. We can just work through this range here. We get some really good room up from the bottom of this. Team, if selling in full puts you green on the day, consider doing so. Don't be greedy with your 3 contracts and have a red morning when you can have a green afternoon. Come on, SPY. Get your ass going. Stopped at 162. That's okay. Some of you guys might still be in this. Ryan, you might still be in it. All good.
I'm still in it a little bit here.
Okay.
Hey, there we go. What is it? Not even 220 yet.
Oh, we got lots of room here now. This just created all kinds of room for activities.
Yep. Yep.
If you guys are still in this has got so much potential to run high. Oh, look at that. Man, I trailed it just a little snug. This is coming for highs of the day on this candle.
Ooh.
Look at that, 179. Team, consider trailing this really tight and expecting that reaction there that you're seeing as we speak, and right above it, right below it. Your contracts are at 183. I'm out of this trade. I don't have a dog in this fight. However, don't give a lot of it back to SPY. It's literally now 50-50 if it takes out that overarching resistance area, the highs of the day. So look at that. Gorgeous. And those contracts are moving so nicely too. I'm so stoked for whoever's still in this. All right, team. I'm adjusting levels. We're fucking doing this if it gives it to us. We're gonna play this game. Come back here. Come back here. Okay, team. Calls above 681.43. However, we're going to be very cautious with this. We caught that move as best I could get us on that. Lots of rejections in real time. We still have 3 minutes, plenty of time to work through this. And we need it to be cleanly above these red wicks and this green wicks and cohesive at 681.48. I'm going to move resistance to that. See here on the red wick and the green wick where it touches perfectly at 681.48. That's our level that it rejects the most. Green, red, and then now falling below that. Now, team setup for puts would be below 681.07. Very upper level, very aggressive. However, it's early in the week and early in the month. That makes us do things that we should not do at the end of the month and the end of the weeks. Everybody doing good on that?
Yeah.
Ryan, you're still in this, yeah?
I got a little bit left, yeah.
Good. I still have 5 stragglers at break even, but see what this does
I
for
wasn't
us.
expecting to still be in this, I'll tell you that much.
What's that?
I wasn't expecting to still be in this. I thought
It just kind of tapped me out. And what was really weird is it flashed me out, but it was like I had my stop at 162 and my bid and ask was showing 164, 165. So, I mean, Weeble just played some monkey business army.
Jerry, after this candle, there was Leah was asking about how we would categorize a hybrid trade. I would say that is,
Sure.
but we
I
can
would
talk
say so.
about more. Yeah, we'll talk more about it.
Yeah. All right, team, minute and 15. We get down to about 45 seconds. I'll look at some contracts. And for whoever took those 2 trades with me, thanks for the trust, and let's make a little bit more money on it. All right, team, 45 seconds. I will be using the 685 calls above 681.48, and I will be using the 676 puts below 681.07 with a firm red candle. I do not believe that we're going to get into puts, but I'm loaded up by puts right now. 676 puts to price at about $1.50 firm red candle below 681.07. 20 seconds. You're going to do it, SPY? You're going to do it? 8 seconds, watching closely. It needs to be red and firm, just red and firm. Come on. 3, 2, 1. Buying here. Filled at 156. Stop is off. Taking half their team at 164. Stops at break even. And stopped. Ah, that was quick. I might have sold a little too quick there. Sorry, guys. Come on, SPY. What the hell was that?
You got really good movement, but just as quick retracement back. I actually like the sell there, Jerry, because you have, first of all, you're in the middle of a fair value gap, right? And if you look, you have the 130 wick tapped 680.78 as resistance. You have the 145 candle respecting it. You have the 2 o'clock candle tapping it to the penny as support. And when it pushed through that, you pulled the trigger. And, I think there are some trades that, you let it breathe a little bit to go risk free, but not when we're 2-0 and you hit what I saw as potential underlying support and a reaction and still a bullish structure. So, I think you're on fire, dude, with execution. So
Appreciate it. And at this point, I'm just kind of stacking some
yeah,
wins for us, and I'm not going for those giant home runs. And if we get the giant follow through after going risk free, then so be it.
yeah.
But whoever's still in this, like, just don't be greedy with it. That's all I can give you the advice on. Stack the small wins. Small wins become buffets. Trust me on that. I promise you they do.
Old Country Buffet or higher quality than that?
Like kind of like a Ryan Steakhouse, actually.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah. Whoever's still in this, good work. Those contracts are a little stuck right now, which is unfortunate, but man, this has got so much heat to come down all the way
Yeah,
back down to 680.04.
if this makes one more break, they should move pretty good here.
Mm-hmm. Jane, that was a slight move to the new resistance level is what made this trade work. Great read on the price action. Oh, thanks, James. Appreciate that, buddy.
That'd be a Jerry special right there. I was actually ready to take it on any close below 681.08, but it did actually turn firm and maybe red, I'm sorry, red and just barely firm. So I'm glad that.
Yeah, it literally it printed weak, but when I called it, it said firm. So one way or the other, that is a very, very bearish candle, and it would have been. I honestly thought that was firm. So
Yeah, I mean, it was a good entry.
yeah, thanks.
Would you have taken that if it had been calls?
Above 681.48.
Just like an inverse, like a situation
Yep.
where
Yes.
okay.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, that little shooting star, those falling stars, I love those
Yep.
candles. It just like those giant big wicks with little tiny bodies. It just
I do think
very,
that
very, very rarely those candles won't get you risk free with support and resistance being respected.
I don't have the exact percentages, but I do think puts perform a tad better
Agree with that.
this setup. But I agree. I think calls can be cool too with an inverse type setup.
Which is interesting. I took half at 164, and those contracts are now with this big giant push down are only at 164.
Yeah,
162, 163. So I'm completely okay with that. Like the order flows has just switched really hard into calls.
That's the other reason why I liked that execution so much, because you almost got an unfair to your advantage move on contracts there. You might as well take it when it gives it to you. And also what everything that you saw with the chart and underlying support, I think that was the right spot.
Thank you.
And it did. I think it. As soon as it moved, the contracts I'm talking about moved so quickly favorably. They moved just as quickly unfavorably.
They
That's why you got
they did.
Yeah.
They did. Because I truly never saw SPY come back to my entry point. It just my
Didn't.
contracts did so, which is
Yep.
fine.
Yep.
But okay, team, I do have a new support level at 680.46. Let's talk about this. Green wick, we talked about it earlier. It passed it. Green wick rejects it again at 14.15. Red wick comes down, comes back, closes above it, immediately comes up, goes down below it, rejects it, and now we're above it. Let's just watch this play out for a little bit. We have room all the way down to 680.04. And now I like a lower level, and I'm going to adjust resistance in real time if we come back above this. I know you guys think we might have missed out on this move. I don't think we did. I think we were very consolidated. Like look at this. I'm going to put some triangles on just for fun.
Yeah. I was willing to do it if you weren't up for it.
So check this out.
You've been taking geometry classes along with your acting classes or what?
No, just acting classes. Man, it takes a lot of my willpower to go into that class. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. Those triangles look pretty good. Is that where you'd put them at, Ryan?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, cool. So as you guys can see now, we're consolidating, right? We have lower highs and higher lows, and it keeps coming down to this region, which is good because we can find a nice consolidation type point here. We have really, really good distribution above and below.
When you see, this would be a consolidation flag or pennant. What I look for, and when it breaks that trend, that triangle trend, either direction, and then tests the next key level, usually there's a pretty big distribution candle after that. And I think the longer it stays in this consolidated trend, the more likely it makes a good distribution. So, like Jerry said, this is good. There's nothing wrong with that.
James, that's an interesting, amazingly great backtesting statistic. 75% hit rate when it comes to a mean reversion, institutional candles during the afternoon session, 10 years backtested, massive distribution, always follows massive accumulation. Love that. And Jed, those still haven't hit 10% of the previous trade. I mean, those contracts are at 170 now. Like, there's no way I would have not have hit that immediately. That like taking puts immediately after calls, like that setup does not present itself very often, which is why I did take it with that little weak candle there. And at this point, I'm just profit stacking for the day and trying to get some of you all green that did not take trades in the meantime. So. No, Jed, I agree. It's super interesting. Leah, you haven't been on the call in a while. Well, welcome back, Leah. The hybrid is basically let's just talk about this for a second, Leah, and everyone else listening. Let's call our real support. Let's ignore the pre-market high I have marked, okay? Let's call the real support down here at the bottom of these two bodies in this wick touch at 679.80, okay? And let's call our real resistance way up here at 681.48. So that's a really big range. So what I do, and what Ryan, and I learned a lot of this from Ryan, and I found it by being on hundreds of Ryan's sessions and then watching Ryan's videos in the afternoon. So thank you to that, Ryan. What I do is I look for a consolidated level with enough room to get me to the lower levels, right? So I'm looking for an upper level of support, and I'm looking for enough room down to that big level of underlying. And if I can take that level out and I can get there with 15 to 25 cents plus of movement, that trade is enough for me to go risk free. So I'm still looking for calls above resistance with enough room to draw up to overarching. So I'm just looking for a more consolidated range inside of a bigger range. 30 seconds, team, focus up. 674 puts firm and below. It needs to be firm and below this 679.80. I'm going to size it a little bit smaller here, a little bit wider stop than what we've had. 10 seconds. 679.80, 6 seconds. 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Buying here. Filled at 144. No stop quite yet. Come on. Taking half their team at 158. Stops at break even. Team, don't play with this. It can snap back really quick. Come on, Spy. Get your ass down there. Make Greystone rich today. And stopped at break even. Son of a gun. And I thought that was going to flush hard. Maybe I sold too soon
Yeah.
in this, Ryan.
No, I
I
again,
don't think so. I mean,
right,
I
there,
mean,
there's again,
I
we're
hit really
battling a
good
bunch of buy
profits.
liquidity. We're battling a bunch of buy liquidity. Now that I'm playing with James's indicators, the simple moving average 200 we had to play with. Um, I'm just glad we pushed down as far as we did, to be honest.
Yeah, and also 158, 144 to 158. That's a full 10% on that exit. That was fine. And when we got tapped out, my candle was still red down here. So that's just the contract movement today. That's out of my control. I don't have anything to fix on that. Look at this. Okay, SPY, get ready, team. 2 minutes, 40 seconds, calls above 681 flat. You guys see my resistance level? Come on, SPY. Yeah, let's go. Wait for us. Don't you leave without us. Come back over here. Okay, team. So just I'm going to walk you guys through a weird part of my thought process. And I know this is not orthodox. I have 2 minutes to explain it. So listen up. My hit rate is typically 75% plus, right? On the small picture, I'm currently about 72. On the big picture, I get above 80, right? I've had 5, 6, 7 green trades in a row since this morning session. I'm due for a stop out. Okay. So just keep that in mind. So I always play that law of averages in my head. Like it's just a matter of time before a stop comes. That doesn't mean it will be this trade, but setting that up. Okay. I've had 4 in a row on this session with you guys, and I had 3, um, one after the session on those big set of calls, and then I had 2 green trades as well. I also had a stop out in the afternoon as well. So just letting you guys know where my head's at with this.
I'm looking on First Squawk, and they're talking about a few different things. I don't know if this is a geopolitical move but there's both news on some Middle East stuff, and then the crude oil futures settled higher. And I don't know um, if that's what this is, but this is a non-trustworthy candle in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's going to give it to us. It's respecting those levels really, really well. 40 seconds, team. I do have calls pulled up. However, being that we came up and swept my overarching at 681.58, I do need it to take out 681.58. And we have to be decisively fast to get the hell out of this trade because this could run out of steam at any moment. 25 seconds. I do have the 684 calls pulled up, but I don't think we're going to get it. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Staying away. Ooh, it closed right on it, but I'm okay with not being in this. I thought it was going to come up and just get that little red wick and then give me enough room back up to overarching, but I'm okay without this.
Ooh. It's got
Did
some
anybody
energy.
get in that?
No, I got a little faked out too, honestly, Jerry. At
Yeah, I'm okay with this.
Yeah, yeah. These types of candles are high risk, high reward. Um, and I'm happy with the session so far, and wouldn't
Yeah.
mind a more lower risk trade, to be honest with you.
All right, team, walk with me for a few moments on why I set readjust levels. I know this is a session where I've been moving the hell out of them, so just keep up with me if you can. I'll try to talk slow. 681.44. I'm going to slightly adjust this to that red wick that we had earlier, top of the green wick, top of the red wick. One could argue a little bit lower. I'm going to use 681.49. I'm going to move support back up here, team. The bottom of that falling star that we used earlier. Okay. If we can get below 680.96, underline is now the bottom of this pre-market high, 679.66. So I think that if we can get above 681.49, calls all day. And if we come back below 680.96, puts all day. How do you feel about that, Ryan?
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, look at this powerhouse. Man, 660, 169, those contracts are currently at $2, man. The calls are moving, buddy. 684 calls would have been 169 to 172 fill. Maybe a 173 fill, depending on that. It jumped pretty good. And then they immediately hit like $2. 208. Huh. James, that green candle might have been a news candle, to be honest. Peter H. Trump, the U.S. Navy to escort tankers through the Strait of Hormuz. You know, Peter, I'm just going to comment on this for a minute. I kind of chuckled to myself last night. And this is just from me being in the Marines. I was literally like, I didn't make a big deal out of it. I didn't say anything to anybody. And I didn't even think about bringing it up. But I kind of laughed when Iran threatened to block the strait. I'm like, how are you planning on blocking that against our Navy? And most people don't understand this. Like, this is just a statistic question that I know from being in the military, right? The United States of America has the largest air force in the world, right? We're all in agreement that. Who do you guys think has the second largest air force in the world? It's our United States Navy, if you guys are wondering. It's not China. It's not Iran. It's not Iraq. I mean, it's not Russia. It's literally our United States Navy.
Who is the
Then
second? Yeah, we
Then,
haven't
then,
talked
then,
about this. Yeah.
yeah, then steps in Russia, if you believe their numbers. Then comes China, if you believe their numbers, and then comes SpaceX of all things,
Yeah.
arguably the third or the fifth, depending if we believe Russia and China's numbers. Pretty wild.
Who is the second largest navy in the world?
I believe it's China, or
U.S.
actually
Coast
probably the
Guard.
Marine Corps, the
It's the
U.S. Coast
U.S.
Guard.
Coast Guard. Yeah, and then I think it's the Marine Corps.
It's pretty interesting when you
I
break
heard
that
that
down,
same
right?
stat. I think, yeah.
And I don't even know if that stat's still accurate. That's from when I was in
Oh,
the military.
I know. I heard that like less than a week ago.
Okay, interesting. All right, team 112. $685 puts called up, team. I am very green on the day. I hope you all are green too. I am going to size down dramatically on this because I am not wanting to turn my green day red by any means and give a lot back. I do like this setup a lot. However, I'm just walking you guys through my thoughts. 681 calls above 681.49. I might have misspoke there and said puts. 685 calls. 28 seconds. Those are priced at about $1.65, $1.66 right now. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Buying here. Filled at 167. No stop yet. And taking half their team at 183, filled at 182, stops at break even. Team, I'm going to put my stop at 169, a penny higher than I got filled just to avoid some slippage here. I feel like if this comes back, it's going to come back hard. Come on, Spy. Let's give us a big full trade. What the hell? It's about as A plus as it gets this afternoon. Let's go. Did I lose you guys? There we go.
No.
All right, team. Stop is off. Taking a quarter there at 192, team. Stop is going to go in at 175. Team, I do have 10 left behind, just to let you all know. Come on, get your ass up there. Right around my stop, did not tap me out. I did see it hit it though, but it did not get me. I'm sure some of y'all got tapped out. Some of you guys might not have. Some of you guys might not even be in this, which is completely fine too. Stop to 177. Just locking in some money here for us, team. If selling in full puts you green, I cannot emphasize this enough. Sell it. Up to 180. Come on, Spy. Let's go. Come get that aftermarket low. Close that whole gap from that giant, whatever the hell it was through the night. What's that saying from Games of Thrones? The nights are dark and full of terrors. And stopped at 180. Oh,
I thought it was winter is coming. But
it could be that one too.
different saying.
All right, team. I'm 5 for 5. I'm not against one more. However, that's my fucking A game, guys. That's as good as it gets.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to hear some bullshit that you're red. That's on you if you are. Oh. Okay, maybe one more. Maybe one more.
I'm pretty red on this session.
Damn it, Ryan.
Just kidding.
Damn it, Ryan. No more, Jerry. You want me to call it?
I don't think that's
Let's do this, guys.
ever a
Aaron, your
serious
total
comment.
account is up 17% today. Holy shit, bro. Should let you drive my account. I'm not even close to 17% of the day. Oh. Jake, Jerry, and Ryan, you guys are freaking awesome. Thanks, Jake. Appreciate that, buddy.
Oh, well, I appreciate it. I don't know if I was all that awesome today, but
Shit.
there are days I'm, better than this morning, but this is this is this has been very, very, very good session.
Joe, you want me to take on Power Hour? I'm not against staying on a little bit. Although we should be, y'all, everyone should be nicely green if y'all were sized appropriately.
Back to sizing.
The first early. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead,
I
Ryan.
think,
I'm gonna let you handle this
uh,
one.
oh yeah. Um, if you're in a early phase, meaning that you're at the point where you want to just see the kind of proof of concept. Can I do this? Which you all can. If you can't, it's your own self telling you that you can't, because I know that everyone can. Honestly, my recommendation, and then when you get enough experience, you can start to play with sizing. I would size at 10%. You can take up to 10 trades per day. If you get two stop outs in a session, take a break. If you get sessions like these, you have enough in the clip to take 5 trades. Um, the next phase would be to start looking at your own setups. But I think that after that, and you've had success for long enough, then I would go into the scaling phase, which, when you're trying to grow your account so that you can, and everything that you make goes back into reinvesting to grow it to the point where you're actually making money that you can withdraw, then you can start sizing up. And I want to say that, like, 15, 20%. And then if you have, winning trade, then you can start dialing it back to protect a green session or a green day, and then just start stacking the percentages. So you really, you want to aim for, not a daily goal, but that weekly goal that we talk about. And if you're at that point where taking another trade would flip your day from green to red, consider mocking the trade just to start stacking some wins, even if it's just a couple $100 in your scaling phase. Because if you do that a few times, all of a sudden, you scale up at the end of the week and you're up $1,000 because you made a couple $100 every day. Then you start layering those percentages on. But if you're, like I said, the learning phase should really be mastering execution, mastering your fills as close to what Jerry or I or Andy get, and don't play with sizing too much. I think that can kill your ego if you start messing with it, and then you're like, oh, of course, the day I'm, they're sized up, we get stopped, and then I size down to not go further, and you're 3-1 and you're still negative. That doesn't feel good, especially when you're just starting out. Jake, honestly, I think it's the most common reason people struggle to get out of the gates. And it's becoming abundantly clear for most. So take that for what that's worth. Seen it happen a lot.
In 55 seconds, support at 681.08. This is a retracement candle. However, it is breaking the swing point structure. Size yourself down to where you don't give a lot back. Like, I'm sizing myself down from where I normally am at plus 200 contracts. I'm going to be sizing on this thing very, very small, around 20 contracts, just to let you guys know if I take this. Ten seconds. and obviously staying away. And I love how it closed right at the top of that swing point.
Yeah.
You guys want to stay on for another candle or two? Everybody up
Yeah.
for that? Or y'all want to call it?
I do.
I do. Okay, cool. Deanna, you want to stay on? All right. Let's do it. Let's go. Ryan, I think that was very well said about the sizing thing. Team, like I know like everyone's in their head about size up, size down. Like if you're not a profitable trader yet and you have your head wrapped around price action, trade 4 contracts and just really focus on the execution, especially like when I think someone in here made the comment of selling more than half because they feel like the half's not working out right. Like you're probably still experiencing some slippage. You're probably not executing perfectly at those things. And like the system teaches 10% on the first half and then 12% or 14% plus on the second quarter. I look for like a range of 8 to 12%, and then I'm looking for 12 to 15%, and then I'm doing my best to get trailers above 18%. And sometimes it happens with trailers, sometimes it does. Um, I'm just kind of walking through my thoughts on how that works, but really just focus on the execution and your entries and your exits. And once you have that execution down, price action is not as complicated as what Webull can be, in my opinion. Price action over time, you show up to these sessions enough, you back test your trades and you journal. If you do those 3 things, you show up once or twice a day. If you can only show up once a day, that's fine. If you can make it to of the 9 sessions, if you can make it to 5 sessions a week, if you journal all your trades, you back test them all, and you prove to yourself this works, over time, it will absolutely work for you. You'll learn enough through osmosis, just showing up on a daily basis. And just don't get in your head about the sizing and the scaling thing. I got to be at this amount of contracts. I lost this money. I got to make it back. Like that's a terrible mindset to get in. Just stop that shit.
Yeah. Well, up until I think it was September of 2024, we never we never called out sizing. Or maybe very loosely. And we tend to hear from people who are struggling, which is fine. It was great. Uh, we found out that people weren't managing risk with sizing, so people would do all kinds of things, right? You go 2 for 2, then you double it, and then you lose, and now you're red. People are doing that. And so we tried to give a little guidance about what we were doing, and I think it was helpful, but then people wanted to hear more prescriptive information on sizing. And this is my own opinion. I think we went too far because it's so dependent on the individual, where they're at in their trading journey, how much experience they have, what their mindset is, what their risk aversion is, what their risk tolerance is, what's going to wreck someone's psychology. And I think it hurt more people because I think the people that were more successful already had figured out their own sizing, and we were trying to share what we're doing to people who hadn't quite figured out what makes sense for them. And so we kind of became more vague again, um, to kind of show you, kind of give some guidance. Um, but again, I think, and this has been my experience, um, until you have become profitable and have some sort of sense of where you are at, you're going to make mistakes by varying your sizing. You're actually going to be detrimental. Eventually, varying your sizing will be very positive for you. And only you can decide where you're at with that. But my varying sizing, and we found this out, Jerry, when we compared the summer versus November, was the reason I had my best month ever in November, even though our performance wasn't quite as good. But so eventually you can get to the point where
All right.
sizing
One
helps.
1 second, right? 20
Yeah, yeah.
seconds. 20 seconds. Calls above 681.44. Team firm green candle 681.44 for calls. Not puts yet. If we can close above 681.08, next candle, I'll look for puts and staying away. Okay. All right. We got a good range confirmed. Okay. Cool. Sorry, Ryan. Continue. My
Jerry
apologies.
is haunting you guys. He's got the sniper rifle out.
Oh yeah, I do.
I didn't even think that you took those types of trades.
Hmm,
That was a joke. It's Jerry's special.
I know. Well, today they're just giving them to us. Like this whole
Yeah,
afternoon session has been
yeah.
those
I mean, that's
those setups, man. Like
that is
we had only had one trade if we didn't
that is
have that
a
setup.
perfect replicate of your 210 candle. Could have been. Could have been.
Mhm. I haven't shot rifles lately, guys. I've been shooting a lot of handgun lately. Don't you leave without us. Don't you do it, you fucker. You fucking wait.
Yeah, it
You
was gonna.
son of a
If it could
bitch.
have
You
come
get back
above
down here.
that level, it would have done this. And that was what I was seeing too.
Team, if some of y'all have to hop off to go to the yacht club for all, my apologies on keeping everyone past this, but this price action is very clean and we're on a beautiful hit streak. So I'm going to stay on the charts and I'm more than happy to keep the Zoom open for whoever wants to stay on until I'm throwing the towel.
I think everyone would be crazy if they left this
So I'm
for
not trying to take any, I'm not trying to take anyone away from yacht club. However, come on, close below 681.08 on this candle. Can we get that level higher safely, Ryan? Probably not. Even if we brought the level up, it would still need to be below 681.08 for a red and firm. Joshua, yeah, I get where you're saying like selling halves as opposed to selling quarters, whatever thoughts on it. I fully think if you want this system to work long term, that you should sell half, quarter, and quarter. I really think like the way our stop loss ratios are with a 12 to 15% stop, not being able to use 10% stop losses a lot. I really think that if you want those wins to exceed those losses, that you got to split them up, buddy. I believe that from the bottom of my heart, man. I mean, and think of it like this, guys. Like everyone spent a lot of money to be a part of this program, thousands of dollars and like hundreds of hours of our time back testing these trades and making all this like the system work and doing everything that we've done. At some point, you have to realize that we're not smarter than what the system is built. Now, that doesn't mean that we can't find nuances to make it better than that. So there might be a handful of trades that set up where we're like, you know what, we're going to sell in full here because that's where the move was, and that's completely fine. However, the system as a whole is designed on that, and you know, just kind of marinate on that for a little bit. And that's not directed at anyone in particular. That's just my mindset on it. Like, all right, team, 45 seconds. 676 puts are pulled up. Firm close below 681.08. Firm and below 681.08. 30 seconds. Size small, protect the day, protect the afternoon. 25 seconds. Come on. 20 seconds. Firm and below. It's got to be below. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Get ready and staying away.
Very- I hate to say this, but I just got some tasks. I uh
No worries, buddy.
got told I need to get done before I have to go get the kids. So I'm gonna bounce. Phenomenal session, man.
No,
Phenomenal session.
no stress, man. Thanks,
Yeah.
Ryan. I appreciate it, man. Like,
Yeah.
and in all honesty, man, like super grateful for your help. And I learned most of this from you. So like the afternoons is
Oh,
all the credit goes to you on this, my man. So
no way, man. Well, I appreciate it, but no way. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Great job, Jerry. See you guys tomorrow.
thanks, Ryan.
Yep. See ya.
Appreciate you guys. See you. Danny B, what is the most money you guys have lost in the beginning? So, Danny, I started my account with 10 grand and I went from 10 grand to 17,000. Started breaking rules and thought I knew better and thought I was a fortune teller and could predict the future and I was a psychic powers and all the shit, right? And I took my account from 17,200 and something ish dollars. And in 3 weeks I had it below 10,000. So it was like 9,800. And so I did do that. And I've had that was in October of 23. I didn't trade November of 23 or December of 23. All I did was mock trade and journaled every trade I would have took, focused on the high quality setups and the win rate. Obviously, when you're back testing and mock trading, you cannot write down or count in slippage where you got filled at. So it's loosely right, but I was just what I was doing was proving to myself that the strategy worked. And then from January of 24 um, till currently, I have had one red month and 4 red weeks total, 5 red weeks total, I believe. Um, on that scenario, I've had some pretty bad days. I've had a couple of red days that were plus 18 to $20,000, and by the end of the week, I was up 15 to $14,000. So, um, it definitely just the nature of the game. But the point of what I'm getting at is the confidence in trading comes from consistency and back testing your setups and your follow throughs and having that predetermined risk management system in effect before you start that, like knowing Monday morning what you're going to do, knowing Tuesday afternoon what you're going to do when you enter the session. If SPY does A, you do B. If SPY does B, you do C, etc. And if you have all that calculated and predetermined, game on. Danny, my weaknesses were 100% like I thought I had psychic abilities and I could predict what it was going to do. I had FOMO when I missed a trade. I would revenge trade when I got stopped out, and I'd get really like upset when it would end up following through and I just got stopped out. And then once I just realized it was just part of the process, right? Like you can't be right every time, like nothing in life, especially trading. But if you can be right 72, 73% of the time in the big picture, like this thing works like wildfire. And does it get rich quick? No, not at all. But can it make you money fast and compound and stack when you do everything right? Absolutely. All right, team. 308. That's a beautiful caliber rifle too. Talking about the sniper stuff earlier. 681.44 for calls. 681.08. Very, very tight range. Sizing very small if I take this on either direction. 1 minute to go. If it's puts, it'll be the 676. If it's calls, it'll be the 685s. Calls are pulled up. 685 calls. The firm closed above 681.44. $20. Switch in puts. 676 puts. 13 seconds. Back to calls. You know the drill. 685 calls above 681.44. Is it going to do it? 3 seconds. 2, one, buying here. Filled at 145. No stop. Come on, Spy. Just a little jolt. All we need. And taking half their team at 150, not the profits that we're looking for. Just going to make it up on the back end if it lets us. And I really just want to lock in a green trade again. Team, this is still strong. If you didn't go risk free, that's. I had anticipated this to immediately come to 682.02. That bull candle should have took us there. Contracts are holding nicely. Let's see if we can get some on the back end. There's your 152 again, 153, 154, 154 still. Contracts are moving nicely. I'm going to hold for a minute. If we come above 154, team, I'll take my stop off. I know these are not the percentages. I'm trading within a very tight range. Stopped at break even. Okay, team, that's all I got. I thought that was going to launch. I took profits way quick on that. However, I was under my thought process is this candle was immediately going to push us up into overarching, and I took it as best I could. So that's as good as I can make it happen for us. Hopefully, you all had a fantastic day with that. And if you're still in this, just be very cautious where your stop's at, and go risk free if you can. Jed, man, thanks for that, man. My pleasure, buddy. Tim, good one, man. I appreciate you guys. All right, team. Hopefully you all crushed it this afternoon. Got some really good trades in. Turned your red morning to a green morning, or a green afternoon and a green day and a green week all the same. So um pleasure, guys. If you're heading over to Yacht Club, enjoy it. Learn a lot from Thomas. He has got piles of good information for everyone. So I'm out for now. You guys have a great day. Thanks for everything. See you guys.